Object show finales were always such a miracle to me as a kid. Seeing one of your favorite characters be put against each other for an entire season, only for it to build up to one huge finale episode where it's revealed who wins, or seeing they put it to dire situations where the plot that's been set up for the entire season gets concluded in such an epic way. It's nuts to me. Today I'll be talking about two different Object show finales that really affected me. Now, I know I'm not exactly the most praised in the one community. In fact, I'm mostly hated there. But just to clarify, I won't be mostly bashing on the finale, kind of. Because originally I didn't want to make a 118 video because I thought everybody already talked about it. But people kept getting the wrong idea on why it has the reputation it does. What finales are supposed to do is conclude a good amount of stuff from the series, but not as much that you feel bored rewatching it. If it's concluded literally everything, it's not fun to rewatch the series anymore. I feel that the one finale followed the structure, but not in a good way. It concluded with a vague recap on Aerie's backstory, which is alright. I like the idea of the waiting room, where objects go waiting to be recovered, but since the one universe doesn't have recovery centers, it's just kind of the afterlife for them, implying that the one universe is broken. I like that. I don't like how Aerie died, though. Like, nothing big, that's been hyped up for the entire series, just, he falls, he trips, didn't happen for the months that they've been there, just happened then. Why then? That's pretty much the only monumental thing that happened, but I understand it's not the actual ending to the series. I can tell Cheesy is planning on maybe concluding it with how the contestants didn't actually leave the plane, and how Backpack didn't go home yet, but the finale is supposed to, I don't know, leave the viewers with something to chew on while the show ended, and waiting for more. This really sold nothing. It doesn't leave them shocked, doesn't make the thing we've been hyping up for like months worth it, doesn't do anything. But at least make it something the fandom could talk about long after it ended. But most of the fandom wanted, well, more. They wanted, like, it to blow the minds of everyone. Well, I think that couldn't have happened. Like I said before, it would have made the series boring before that. Now, the BFE finale is one way not to do things at all. They concluded it with one of the laziest, most post-split shit they could have done. It's really just sad of the longest season they've ended on such an anticlimactic ending. You're just cheap with a cheapskate! It's not very good. Here's a quick recap on the finale. Flower wins! They live on island! Fire and Leafy do shitty reference! I cried. And that's it. For the longest Object show season ever, the finale does nothing to set themselves apart. Because as Carrie said himself, other Object shows are just quote-unquote spin-offs. But BFB has been fading into obscurity because of stuff like Venom Insanity in 1. Because they don't try to set themselves aside from other Object shows. They just don't try, and that's the issue. Teapot on the other hand knows what they're up against and tries to stand out, which I really like. BFB doesn't try anything new and just sticks to the cliches of different Object show finales, which I really don't like. It's literally the longest Object show, but does nothing about that. It doesn't have a massive finale, just kind of happens. I got it at the ending part with the letters, and that kind of made me really happy and nostalgic. But besides that, it was just kind of stinky and gross. Literally the whole reason 1 is as popular as it is because of the name it made itself. Because of how different it is, because of how out of the ordinary it is. And I really like that about 1. BFB post-split doesn't try to do any of that, which is why I think 1 had the better finale overall. The 1 finale still had some fan service in it. That isn't made of just references on like BFB post-split. Actually, it made some people happy, which is all that mattered. Not saying that the BFB finale didn't do that. It sure did make a lot of people really happy. Not saying that the BFB finale didn't do that. It sure did make a lot of people really happy, but not the way 1 did. It still set a name for itself, without BFB's name just being nostalgic. Thanks for sitting through me digging my own grave in the 1 fandom again. This was a fun video to make. I'd like to thank the team and the people who helped with this video. And, bye!
I'm wishing you all well.